Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to demystify ADHD behavioral therapy. And listen, we're not talking about some abstract theory here. We're talking about a powerful, practical toolkit that can make a huge difference for both kids and adults who are navigating the world with ADHD. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll tackle the ADHD challenge itself. Then we'll get into what behavioral therapy actually is. From there, we'll look at specific strategies for kids, then for adults. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at the proof, why this stuff actually works. So before we can even talk about a solution, we have to get a really clear picture of the problem, right? We need to establish the why behind this therapy by looking at how ADHD shows up, because, it looks really different depending on your age. Okay, this is such an important distinction. With kids, you often see the classic external stuff, the hyperactivity, the impulsiveness. But as people grow into adults, that energy, it kind of turns inward. It shows up as restlessness, major procrastination, and just this constant draining battle with organization. It's a really fundamental shift. Okay, so keeping those challenges in mind, what is this solution we're talking about? Let's break down what behavioral therapy really means when it comes to ADHD. At its heart, behavioral therapy is all about building skills. It's not looking for a cure or trying to change a person's core personality. Nope. It's a super practical approach that says, okay, let's identify these specific behaviors that are causing problems, and let's build concrete strategies to manage them. It's all about improving that self-control. And this quote just nails it. The goal is to equip people with their own personalized toolkit for life. It's pure empowerment. You're giving them the tools they need to handle their symptoms, function better every single day, and, this is a big one, build back their self-esteem. All right, let's get into the specifics. How does this look in the real world? We're going to start with kids and look at the key techniques that help them not just get by, but actually thrive, both at home and at school. Now, this is absolutely crucial. For a kid with ADHD, success is a team sport. It just has to be a consistent approach. So the strategies parents learn, like using positive reinforcement and having really clear routines, are perfectly mirrored by what happens in the classroom, like behavior charts or reward systems. It creates a stable, predictable world for that child to succeed in. And it's not just about managing behavior from the outside in. Therapy also builds a child's internal skills. For older kids, something like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is amazing for helping them connect the dots between their thoughts and their actions. And social skills training, so important. It literally teaches them how to navigate friendships, read social cues, and handle their frustration. Okay, let's pivot to adults now. Like we saw, the challenges are different here. They're often centered on things like planning, organization, what we call executive function. So it makes sense that the strategies are tailored to fit those exact needs. For adults, CBT is an absolute game changer. It's a really structured process. You start by pinpointing those negative thought loops, like, I always mess this up. Then you actively work on reframing them. After that, it gets super practical. You learn to break down overwhelming projects into tiny, doable steps and build a whole system of external tools, planners, apps, you name it, to keep you on track. And the support system for adults is really broad. You have skills coaching, which is one-on-one help for things like managing deadlines. Mindfulness can be huge for improving focus and calming stress. And because ADHD definitely affects relationships, couples or family therapy can give everyone the tools they need to communicate better. So, we've covered the what and the how, but the big question is, does it actually work? Let's wrap things up by looking at the evidence and the real-world benefits this therapy brings. This chart makes the expert consensus so clear. For really young kids, we're talking under 6, behavioral therapy is the #1 recommendation, the first thing to try. As kids get older, it's often a combination of therapy and medication that works best. And for adults, you can see it right there, the primary approach is building skills through CBT and coaching. The takeaway here is so powerful. This isn't just theory. Using these tools leads to real, tangible, positive changes. For kids, that means doing better in school, having better friendships. For adults, it means more success at work, less stress, stronger relationships. These are truly life-changing improvements. So if you're feeling ready to take that next step, here are 4 really clear places to start. The first, and honestly the most important, is talking to a professional. From there, you can look into training programs, advocate for support at school or work, and even take advantage of all the amazing digital tools out there now. And that brings us to the end. I want you to go back to that idea of a toolkit, whether this is for you, for your child, or maybe a student you work with. Just think for a second about everything we just talked about. What's one single tool, one strategy that you could start with today to make a positive change?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.